Some relationships begin with gentle glances, morning texts, and what seems like sincere attention to the smallest details of your life. You're asked if you got home safely, reminded to dress warmly, praised for little things. All of it makes you feel special, loved, like you're the center of someone's world. Those early days are always sweet, but then the same questions that once felt caring begin to repeat too often. Where are you? Who are you with? Why didn't you reply right away? Who texted you? Why did you smile at your phone? When did meeting an old friend start making you feel guilty? When did you begin going quiet around the opposite sex? When did you start feeling like you had to ask for permission before making a decision about your own life? The answers don't come right away because these changes don't shout. They don't come with physical violence or direct threats. They arrive quietly, in looks, in unexplained guilt. You're slowly led into a place where love and fear blur, where gratitude mixes with doubt. And little by little, you're no longer sure whether you're in love or being controlled. Telling the difference between healthy love and disguised control. Healthy love doesn't make you feel like you need to apologize for being yourself. It doesn't ask you to change just to meet someone else's expectations. In a positive relationship, you still have your own world. You're encouraged to chase your passions, to keep the friends who make you happy. Control, on the other hand, often hides behind affection. A controlling person doesn't start off looking demanding. Instead, they make you believe everything they do is because they love you. They show intense emotion, create emotional dependence early on, and make you feel like you're the most important person in their world. But gradually, that attention turns into pressure. You start to weigh every action based on how they'll react. What you wear, what you say, who you talk to, it's all under a microscope. They convince you that you need to be smart and act right to keep the peace. If you push back, they blame you. If you stay quiet, they assume you're guilty. Control doesn't just show up in actions. It comes in repeated messages. You need them to feel safe. You're not good enough without them. No one will love you like they do. These words become invisible chains, tightening around your confidence. Emotional manipulation. How the net is woven, step by step. Emotional manipulation is a subtle strategy. It doesn't hurt you right away. Instead, it builds a wall around you, one brick at a time, with affection, guilt, and a sense of debt. The first phase is called idealization. They make you feel special. They put you on a pedestal, tell you that you're the only one who understands them, that you're a gift from destiny. You feel lucky, grateful even, to have them. Next comes devaluation. They start criticizing you, making you doubt yourself. Maybe they get upset when you don't spend enough time with them, or go silent all day because you did something they didn't like. You feel like you're not doing enough and try harder to be worthy. Eventually, your real emotions get dismissed. They tell you you're overreacting, being too sensitive, and you start to believe it. Your mind gets reprogrammed. You start measuring your feelings by their standards. Dependence sets in. Your moods revolve around them. When they're warm, you feel safe. When they're cold, you feel like you're the problem. The truth is, you're living through someone else's lens, not even sure anymore what you want or need. The isolation strategy, when your world shrinks to just them. Controlling partners don't want you to have connections they can't control. At first, it looks like jealousy because they love you too much. But soon they're saying things like, Your friends aren't good for you. Your family doesn't understand you like I do. Don't tell anyone about us. You start pulling away from people you used to be close with. You skip meetups, make excuses to avoid others. You stop sharing your true feelings, afraid of judgment, or afraid of hurting your partner. And when they're all you have left, there's no one to help you see things clearly. Isolation takes away your grounding. You lose your support system, no one to compare, reference, or turn to for help. You become more vulnerable, easier to manipulate than ever. Silent, shattering. When you slowly disappear. Being in a controlling relationship doesn't break you all at once. It wears you down, little by little. You start to live in survival mode, pleasing, avoiding conflict, enduring, just to keep things calm. You shut down the parts of you that once lit you up. You speak less, laugh less, avoid people. You feel tired, but don't know why. You don't feel like yourself anymore, but can't quite say what you've lost. Guilt becomes a reflex. Even when you haven't done anything wrong, you feel like you should apologize. You start doubting yourself, defending your partner, thinking maybe you just need to try a little harder. And with that, you sink deeper into the invisible cage of manipulation. Recognizing the signs. What you can't ignore. A relationship marked by subtle control often comes with these signs. You feel pressure when expressing your real emotions. You're afraid to say no or voice your own opinions. Your time, social media, and friendships are being monitored or limited. You feel lonely, even within the relationship. You constantly feel guilty or not good enough. You don't feel comfortable around your partner anymore, even if you still love them. When you recognize these signs, the most important thing is not to deny them. Don't blame yourself. Don't keep making excuses for the pain you're experiencing. Breaking free. Awareness comes before walking away. The first step is to admit, this relationship is no longer healthy. Something is draining you, making you live in fear more than peace. That truth might hurt, but it's the beginning of change. Start speaking up. Confide in someone you trust. Write down your feelings every day. Reach out to a therapist if you can. You don't need to do everything at once. Even one small action, like asking yourself, "Am I really okay?" can begin a shift in your mind. From there, you can begin to rebuild your support system, reconnect with family, friends, people who once knew the real you. Let yourself be vulnerable, uncertain, tearful, but don't let yourself keep suffering. Leaving a manipulative relationship is painful, but staying is often even more so. No one deserves to live in fear, just to hold on to love that's no longer safe. Healing, the journey back to yourself. Once you're free from that invisible cage, the first thing you need is healing. Learn to care for yourself, not for anyone else, but because you're worth it. Acknowledge your wounds, but don't let them define you. Forgive yourself for not knowing, for losing your way. Recovery doesn't come all at once. Some days you'll feel empty, miss them, question your choice. But even small steps, like looking in the mirror and saying, "You're okay," are enough to remind you the light is still there, inside you. You'll learn how to trust again, but this time, you'll trust your own instincts. You'll learn how to love again, but not by losing yourself to gain someone's approval. Love isn't a wound to be healed. It's a clean, flowing river that nourishes you back to who you are. Final thought. Love is never a prison. Millions of people have lived in suffocating relationships without being able to name what they were going through. They thought they were in love, but were actually being drained. They thought they were strong for enduring, but were slowly being worn down. No one is born to be controlled in the name of love. No one should have to sacrifice themselves just to survive a relationship. Real love never makes you afraid. It doesn't suffocate, dominate, or manipulate. It's a place where you are free, where you are fully yourself, without condition. Final message: caring is not the same as controlling. Love is not the same as manipulation. If you're in a relationship that makes you feel small, fearful, and unsure of yourself, it's time to step out. Not because you don't love them, but because it's time to love yourself.